All right, y'all. I got 6 seconds, 6 minutes. Already left to record. We're gonna knock this out. We're gonna knock this out. Okay, so I was talking about how the force always gives us a balance. And also I feel like the force seems to be activated by some type of belief in yourself, like Ma said. Like you gotta believe in it. Because R2 was down until no, that's not what I want to say. Because think about it, like it wasn't until Ray started to believe in herself when she was shooting like star stormtroopers that she was able to shoot them accurately. Like it wasn't until she had that belief in herself. Um it wasn't until she was in that chair and she believed that she can get the guy to drop his gun and release her strengths. It didn't work until like it actually happened. And then in her fight with Kylo, it wasn't until she believed, in the force and listened to Maz's words and connected to it that she was able to win against him so powerfully. So like actually the force is all about belief. I can really turn this into like a religious thing because it's in my spirit, but I'm not gonna do it. We just gonna, I'm not gonna do it. Not this time around. I'm not gonna do it. So like again, we're in the force insights that I had. So I need to know, like, somebody let me know about this. I think this is where I actually like let off. Somebody let me know about force limits. Like, is there limits to the force? Because when Han, Chewie, and Finn landed on Starkiller Base, Kylo senses Han immediately. He's like, Solo, all this kind of stuff. He insists instantly. But right when they were on the bridge, he was walking across the bridge. His father was like 2 steps behind him, and he didn't sense him. So like, I'm just like, was that just a film thing that they did for like, a shot to see Han looking at his son, all that kind of stuff? But like, why couldn't he, sense him? Finn was able to sense Poe in as they were fighting on Maz's island. Because throughout this time, Finn obviously thinks that he even tells BB-8 and Ray that he thinks that Poe died. So like he wouldn't know that Poe was in that fighter unless he sensed that it was Poe. So that was already a touch of Finn's like force sensitivity. And I don't want nobody to be like, well, he said he was a hell of a pilot. Whatever. It could be other hell of a pilots. How would he know that that's Poe? Anyway. I also think that Poe is a little bit force sensitive, and that might have been like a something that they didn't like. They could have like played on, which would have been really cool. But again, it's like one of those things where like everybody has the force. Does the force really matter if everybody has it? But I think Poe was able to resist because he was able to. What it seems like to me that he was able to resist Kylo for a little bit. Like he has like a low level resistance, but of course he broke after a while. But it was like he was able to. He was talking to him throughout the thing. It was, I don't know, just to me, and like it was like a touch of resistance. Also, I want to know, somebody, let me know this too. Do droids have the force? Do droids have a force sensitivity? Because, and I feel like they must have, because R2 powered down when Luke was no longer around. Like he powered down. And it wasn't until Ray showed up with Luke's saber that R2 charged back up for the first time in like probably 30 years. So I think droids can either, because like it's the same with like BB-8. Like BB-8 was drawn to Rey. Why? I feel like he felt the force in her. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but even if I'm wrong, I still think I'm right. But anyway, now these are a couple of things that like the last thing I'm gonna end with is the last thing, but this thing is like, I don't know why they didn't kind of bring this up more, because it happens in this movie and it happens in the Last Jedi, which again I believe this would really mess up the Last Jedi to Rise of Skywalker, but we'll talk about that later. When Rey grabbed Luke's saber, she had like her own force insight, and she saw the past, her past, the Jedi's past, and then she also saw the future. So one of the scenes that she saw Kylo in the woods with the saber, which is what she ended up eventually what happened to her. So like, but nobody talked about this. Like they kind of just glossed over it, just like they glossed over the Last Jedi's, like her visions in that too, which I need somebody to explain that to me. And seeing as I only got one more minute left, um, These are the things that I'm going to revisit when I come back. These are the things I'm going to revisit, I believe, possibly in Last Jedi. Snoke's presence shows his arrogance. I told you we're going to get more to that. Rey's connection to Luke, Han, and Leia. Echoes of Rey's past. Planting seeds in Kylo and Ben's redemption. Kylo saying Rey is stronger than she knows, because that means more. And Rey calling Kylo a monster. And fighting over Luke's saber, because they do it twice and it's different results every time, and I think I know why, but we're going to get to that. Lastly, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. I probably should have said that in the beginning, but I didn't. And the last thing I want to say is I love the title of this film. I love this film. Of course, it's A New Hope, just reimagine, but I love this film because it wasn't until Finn and Poe, while they were both on Jakku, and Rey, it wasn't until all of them were like in the same place that the Force awakened. Peace.